Hi guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. If you are new here, hello. If you're a returning viewer, also hello. Today I decided to decorate one of the houses in the new world. It's called a Moppy Manor. It's one of the base game's starter homes, so that's kind of why there's something already built. Um, but I didn't do it with starter home money, if that makes sense. All right. If I'm entirely honest, I don't remember what I named this build. I actually think I kept it the same. So I guess we're gonna find out at the end of this video together. Together, guys. We can all be besties. Um, I did start off with the bathroom because I knew. So at the moment, I still started with one, but I think I spent way too much money. I want to put it out there. I spent way, way, way too much money. Also, this game is going to be so laggy um at the start of this because what was happening, I wasn't realizing this at the time of building, was my game kept crashing because I kept bouncing around the camera. So if you see a lot of lag, it's actually not my camera recorder, it's the camera. Like, that's the game's camera that's lagging. That's not my video recorder. I know that my video recorder does lag, but in the moment, like when I was building this, it was lagging. So it's actually not my recording for once. I don't know. I need to take that off or else I was gonna start yelling at you guys. Yeah. But I don't know. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like a dark mood, a classical mood, and then I was like, let's do brown. I'm sure like brown isn't used that much. I actually love this though. I think it's so cute. I also was having a hard time telling colors because my retinas were being blinded. So my screen's contrast kept going up and down, which is weird because I don't have the automatic adjustment thing. It was like freaking out on me. I was also listening to the epic musical while building this. Listen, I have listened to this soundtrack. I want to say, by the time that I've discovered it, I think I've listened to the full soundtrack at least 12 times. A lot of my speed builds, I'm listening either to the epic musical or the Hamilton musical. But I know every single word to the Hamilton musical by now that it's kind of like when they're like, if they say something, I'm already 4 words ahead of them. I know what they're saying. I'm like, yeah, I already know this part. Yeah, I already know this part. Like, I wanted to watch it on Broadway, but I know I wouldn't have been able to help myself from singing. So I have a bit of an issue, guys. I'm I'm pretty gnarly. Like I'm the devil. I'll sit there. So like when I watched the Aladdin musical, I had to physically restrain myself from listening to any of the Aladdin music. I think I only listened to one, and that was Prince Ali. And that's because there's this beautiful singer on YouTube, and let me real quick. She also animates her work. I want to make sure that I'm saying the name right. Let me real quick. Prince Ali. Actually, no, she doesn't animate it. She draws a picture. So this was 5 years ago. It's Anna Pantsu. Anna Pantsu. But basically, she did the female cover of it, and that was the one that I would listen to the most. So even just seeing it on Broadway, it didn't feel the exact same as maybe listening to the soundtrack or something else. So it was really, really nice to see actually. And so far, Aladdin has been the first Broadway musical I've ever seen in person. I saw it in New York. It was amazing. The cast was so wonderful. Like, I genuinely felt so enamored into the show. Like I sat forward. Mind you, I don't keep my focus very long usually. I was so shocked. Like when I was younger, my school would do musicals or a play each year, and all the students were encouraged to watch, and that was kind of like their practice before opening night was in front of all of us to get off their nerves. And I remember in kindergarten, there was the, uh, it's called, I don't remember what it's called. All of a sudden, I literally had it in my mind. Dorothy. Dorothy. It's not a musical. This one was a play. But for some reason, I cannot think of it. The Wicked Witch of the West. No. The Wizard of Oz. Oh my. Did not get any sleep last night, so this is my lifeline. I want to thank all energy drinks. Don't drink energy drinks if you're under the age of 16, like genuinely. It is so bad for you. I wouldn't even drink coffee, honestly, if you're under the age of 16. Um, it messes up your metabolism. Let me start with that. It messes up your metabolism to the point where you will gain weight. So much weight if you get off of it. So there is my fair warning. If for nothing else, not for ruining your heart, not for ruining your mental stability, not for ruining your REM and sleep cycle, you will gain a lot of weight. Because I did. I've been drinking caffeine since I was, I want to say 13 or 14 years old. And after I got off of drinking caffeine, I think I gained 10 pounds. So there is that. Um, just be warned. Also, it's an expensive habit. It is. For a 6-pack of these, this is 12 ounces, mind you. For a 6-pack of these the other day, $12 after taxes. Yeah. So usually, though, I only drink half of this. That's why I don't get the full size ones, which is only a 4-pack, and that's the exact same price. But the better option will be coffee. Don't get onto energy drinks, though. If it's a once in a while occasion, that's fine. I regret getting into energy drinks so bad. So there is that. Coffee's not as bad and it's healthier for you than energy drinks. Energy drinks has a lot of sugar and my doctor was explaining like it messes you up a lot worse than coffee does. But if you really want caffeine, the healthiest option of caffeine is actually tea. It does have a lot of sugar in it if you add sugar, but there is a lot of teas, like orange teas taste very good. There's a couple of brands of raspberry teas that are really good, and they have caffeine, not a lot, but they do have caffeine. And if you drink like a couple of those, that's a healthier option than coffee and monsters. I'm sorry for giving you guys a lecture about caffeine. I know that younger people watch these videos as well. So, specifically my younger brother. So I try not to encourage bad habits. As I am drinking, listen, as I am drinking caffeine, I know that this sounds ridiculous, but I genuinely regret it. It is such an expensive habit. Even if you get the cheap stuff, it's expensive. And then you're running on it like a zombie. Also, the headaches are terrible when you get off. When I first got off, I think I had a headache for 2.5 weeks, and I convinced myself I had a brain tumor. Yeah, it was bad. Went to the doctor, and they were like, no, this is common when you've been on consistent caffeine since you were 13 years old. And I'm like, oh, awesome. So yeah, my little brother's watching this. Don't get into energy drinks at the very least. Coffee's one thing, tea's another. Just don't get into energy drinks. Um, and wait until you're 16 at least. If you get into caffeine, please. For his birthday, he asked if he could drink coffee. I remember when I turned his age, I asked for the exact same thing. I went, permission to drink coffee? And my mom still didn't let me drink coffee. I was so rude. Well, so she let me drink it for that day. Well, let me start off with that. She let me drink it for that day. But the thing was, I used to have like this much coffee. And then this much creamer. I found out I don't like mild roast coffee. I actually like dark roast. And I didn't realize that. Because for years I just disliked the taste of her coffee so bad. I like dark roast. I had no clue until I got older. Um, Although there is some mild roast that I do like. Um, but they're usually like flavored ones. So there is that. I know. I'm like yapping, being like, oh, and I like this, and I like this, but actually I don't. Sorry, I love talking about caffeine. This is an addiction. This is an addiction. And there is science to prove that people are addicted to caffeine. Okay? I just want to put that out there. This isn't a new fact or anything. This has been out for years. Um, I saw this one millennial the other day. This is so true also, by the way. So I'm sorry about saying like millennial, but she did put like millennial in her caption. The reason why millennials still drink coffee to this day is we're afraid of the headache that's going to come if we stop. It doesn't help us stay awake. We're just fearing awful headache. And to that, I sit there and say, so true. Oh my gosh. If anything, that should be like someone's biggest deterrent is if you try and get off, you're gonna have a headache for the rest of your life, practically. For the rest of your life. It's so sad. Oh my gosh. So millennials, I do feel bad for you guys because your generation definitely needed that caffeine, like terribly. I'm sorry, except straight up millennials have gone through so much. Um, I mean, so have Gen Z. Don't get me wrong, but millennials have lived through so much longer, and their parents made it their fault. Like, I'm sorry, except their parents, at least most of the millennials that I've ever talked to, anything that was wrong in the house was somehow the kids' fault in some way, shape, or form. They were always able to blame the kids. And I'm sitting there like, what? Like, don't get me wrong. Um, it happens to a lot of Gen Zers too. But that's something, I mean, I can wrap my head around, but I honestly didn't believe other people lived through that. I was like, oh, woe is me. This only happened to me. I didn't talk to a lot of people that was a kid, so there is my excuse. I didn't talk to a lot of people as a kid. I used to lock myself upstairs. Now I feel like I can't drink my energy drink because I just gave that massive lecture. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry. It has. I think we have a lot closer to upload time than what I was wanting to. Which is fine. We were not doing okay on time, but we're getting there. Sorry, I ran up and down the stairs for like a whole minute straight, so that's something I absolutely loved building with this house though. It was so pretty. There was a lot of difficulties. Like I didn't build it this way, correction, decorating. Like I'd sit here and I'm like, oh, I like this, and then I'm like, oh, do I really like, it was something I don't remember what I called this when I uploaded it, so I do apologize. It's probably not gonna be in the description, but it might be at the end of this video. Only for the fact that for the life of me, I cannot remember. So, sorry, one second. I just sent an email to one of my professors. I'm like everywhere today. I was just bird sitting, and then I've been running around. So your girl's tired. I want a nap. But one of my favorite things in the entire world is making YouTube videos. I love making YouTube videos so much. It makes me so insanely happy. I just realized what was supposed to be my ending dialogue is actually at the beginning, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So let me do that really, really quick and get this right here. Okay, we're good. Sorry. I needed to get all that sorted. So I was like, what? So what I do when I'm doing these speed builds is I'll build, excuse me, I'll build with my video recorder and then like my screen recorder, put it in CapCut, play it while I'm doing this voiceover. So that way I can kind of be like, oh, and then during this moment I put down a telescope or I put down a chess table. So it just allows me to like know what's going on at the same time. I'm not sure how other YouTubers do it. I don't assume they do it a similar way. I mean, they'd have to, right? Like, or do you think that they just talk throughout this allotted time and kind of they write down, I don't know, 15 minutes, 36 seconds, I put down a mirror or something, like something like that. This may be my guess. Uh, I don't know, like they would talk about highlights or like this hour and this hour, we're gonna, I don't know, talk about building up the thing and this and that. Also, do you guys like this pen? I love this pen. It go blah 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 blah. So anyway, this build was really difficult. I didn't really want to add much to the outside because I kind of liked the outside being empty. It it almost gave to like the feeling of that's how it's supposed to be. So there's that. I really feel like the romantic gardens really came into clutch for this for the front yard. But I've also just been obsessed with romantic gardens ever since I've gotten it. It is an amazing pack. So if you're wondering what you should spend your money on, I would honestly suggest this pack if you're a builder. Um, there's quite a few, especially if you like that mystical feel. That's perfect for you. Um, I like packs that give us more like outdoor stuff. Um, but then sometimes it doesn't work in a lot of builds. Like you'd basically have to be building in that world for it to make sense. So like with Island Living, I'm gonna butcher this name. I apologize so much. But Solani, um, in that world, it I don't know, I feel like it's trees and stuff besides palm trees. I think that their palm trees are fantastic for Oasis Springs. But I feel like everything else, you really just need that world in certain areas of the world. Some things make sense, but other things don't. So it's kind of like a hit or miss for me. Um, but I do think I want to do another Island Living build. I miss Island Living already, and I haven't. It's bad. I have an addiction to Island Living. I love Island Living. I love the world of Island Living. That's kind of my biggest downfall. I like High School Years, but I don't like the world of High School Years. Um, if I'm going for like a really sentimental build or something, I will use cats and dogs because I really feel like it encompasses like the early 2000s really well. Like it gives off stuff that I would have found in my grandma's home when I was younger. So there is that. I don't know, everything I it was hard. So, oh well. Also, I need to toss this. This is now useless. I wrote down like all this information for a project. Um, and then I put it on one piece of paper. So, gotta love college. Um, if you guys were to major in anything for college, what would it be? Like, if there was something else, or even what did you major in? Um, why would you also? I'm getting text messages. I'm trying to keep my ear out because family's out, but like they're gonna come home soon, and I get kind of awkward talking because I do seem kind of crazy talking to myself on this video camera. Like I will admit, I do seem creepy. Very much. During this like ending stage, I'm kind of doing like some final touches, trying to see if there's anything that I can add without disrupting the feel. I just feel like that I kept the walls too high. I regret that so much. I wish at least the downstairs walls, I wish I would have made lower. Um, only for the fact that now the kitchen looks weird, but oh well. Um, I don't know, this build is so pretty. I hope to be able to do a similar build sometime soon, but who knows? Um, anyway, I am going to shush up, hat off and start on the goodbye part of this. All right, see you guys in a second. All right, guys, I hope you all liked this video. You all should totally like, comment, subscribe, hang out. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I truly have appreciated all of your guys' kind words, support, anything and everything that you guys do. It just makes me so happy. So thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye bye.